Welcome back to my channel. Here I have a very special question to solve here on circle problems, and I'm going to read the question that we are going to use, and then we go on and work on this particular question. If you are watching my video for the first time, I want to say thank you, and I want to ask you to subscribe to this YouTube channel and also help me to share my videos with your friends who are also technical drawing or engineering drawing students. And if you can support the work that I'm doing on this channel by joining my YouTube membership, I will appreciate it, just to pay a token monthly, and that will be highly appreciated. Now let's go and work on the question that I said. The question says that construct the triangle ABC in which the base BC equals 108 millimeters, the vertical angle at A is 70 degrees, and the altitude is 65 millimeters. D is a point on AB 34 millimeters from A. Describe a circle to pass through the point A and D and touch or tangential to the line BC. I will take the question again. Construct the triangle ABC in which the base BC equals 108 millimeters, the vertical angle at A equals 70 degrees, and the altitude is 65 millimeters. D is a point on AB 34 millimeters from A. Describe a circle to pass through the points A and D and touch or tangential to the line BC. That is the question that we are going to be working on. First of all, we are going to construct the triangle ABC as we are told. So let's start. So we are going to draw a horizontal line. So we draw a horizontal line here like this, okay? And we are told that the length BC of the triangle is 108 millimeters. So I'm going to take a measurement of 108 millimeters. So starting from this point, okay? So this is, I'm taking it from 1, not from 0. So starting from here, so 108 millimeters, this is 100. Then here we have 108 millimeters here. So this is 108 millimeters. So we are told that the base is what? The base is 108 millimeters, that is base BC. So we are going to label this point as point B, okay? So here we have point B, and then here we have point C here. So we have point C here. All right, so then the next thing that we are going to do is to construct the vertical angle, though we are told that the vertical angle is at point A, but when we go on and work out the vertical angle down here, so the vertical angle at the point A will also be equal to 70 millimeters. We have watched the videos that I produced on the construction of a triangle. When we are given the base, the vertical angle, and the altitude, you will understand what I want to do here right now. All right, so we go on and work out the angle 70 degrees. So at A, so that is the vertical angle. So I'm going to use my protractor to work out this angle by setting the protractor at this point C here, point B, at point B, and then so making sure that the center of the protractor is at point B. Then I'm going to take 70 degrees here. So this is 70. So here I have 70 degrees here. All right, so this is 70. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line. So I'm going to draw a line. So draw a line from point B passing through this point. So it goes like this. Okay, so this angle that we have here, so this angle, okay, so this angle is 70 degrees. So I just want us to see it. So I'm going to draw an arc like this. Okay, so I'm drawing an arc here. So this angle is 70 degrees. So I'm going to write 70 degrees here. So this is the vertical angle. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to bisect this line BC, which is the base of the triangle. We are bisecting line BC. So by putting the pinpoint of the compass here at point B and extend the pen point to a distance more than half of BC. So I'm going to draw an arc up like this and draw an arc down here. Okay, then I will put the pinpoint here at C. So putting the pinpoint here at C, then I will draw an arc, so going up like this, and then draw an arc down here. All right, so we are going to draw the bisector of BC. So we draw the bisector of BC, so passing through the point of intersection of the arc. So I will draw the bisector of BC like this. Okay, we have this. All right, so then the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to draw a line. So we are going to draw a line from the line. I will call it line. Okay, let me just call it line BX. So line BX, I don't want to use the letter that we are following here. So I'll call it line BX. So of any distance, but it must intersect this bisector of BC, and then the line must also be at a right angle to this line BC. It must be at a right angle to line BC. So I'm going to make use of my protractor by setting the protractor at point B and then making sure that the line on the protractor is along this line. Okay, so let me call this line, let me call it line BY. So this is line BY. Okay, all right, so then by setting the protractor like this, and then the center of the protractor at B, so at B, so I'm going to put a mark on this 90-degree here on the protractor. So I put a mark here on 90, so I have this point. So I'm going to draw a line from point B through this point that we just put on the paper. So the line goes like this. Okay, it goes like this, okay, of any length. And then, as I said, I'll call this line, I'll call it line BX. Okay, so this is line BX. Okay, so where this line BX intersect the bisector of BC, so I'll call this point, I'll call it point O here. So we are going to draw an arc. We are going to draw an arc with this center and radius OC or OB. Radius OC or OB. Okay, so we take the compass now. So putting the pinpoint at this point O here. Okay, then I will extend the pinpoint to OC, or to point C or to point B, any of the two. So because I am using left hand, so that's why I'm using this point C first. Okay, so I'll just draw. So I draw an arc. So the arc goes like this. So you can draw it as a circle, but for me, I usually use it as an arc. I usually use an arc like this. Okay, so this is what we have. But this is an arc of a circle. So you can draw it as a circle, or you may come across a construction in which a circle is used. Okay, so this is not a semicircle, it's an arc of a circle. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do now, having drawn this arc, the next thing that we are going to do is to take the measurement of the altitude that we are given, which is 65 millimeters. So we take 65 millimeters. Okay, so this is 65 millimeters. That is the altitude that we are given. So we take 65 millimeters. Okay, so this is 65 millimeters here. So I'll put midpoint here at B, and then I will draw an arc up like this. Okay, so draw an arc up like this. Then I will put it at point C here, and also I will draw an arc like this. Okay, so having drawn the arc, the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to draw a line through the top of the line that will be tangential to the arcs as we have here. Okay, so I'm going to draw the horizontal line. So the line goes like this. Okay, so this line is parallel to line BC. So wherever this line, okay, let's call this line, let's call it line LM. So line LM. So we have this line to be line LM here. Okay, so this is line LM. So wherever this line LM touches the arc that we drew here, so this big arc here. So wherever it touches this arc, we are going to draw a line from that point and this point here. So this point where the line touches this big arc is point A. So we call it point A here of the triangle. So we are going to join this point A and B together with a straight line to form the triangle. So we join this together. Okay, then we also join point AC, A and C together to form the triangle. So we have this. Okay, so we have formed the triangle as you can see it here now. So let's make this line, which is the base, let's make it a thick line for us to see the triangle very well. So this is the triangle now. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do, having drawn the triangle, is for us to locate point D on line AB, as we are told that D is located on AB and it is 34 millimeters from point A. It is 34 millimeters from point A. So we are going to take a measurement of 34 millimeters on the ruler. So here we have okay, so I'm making use of this protractor. So this is 34 okay, so this is 34 millimeters here. So this is 34 millimeters. So I put the main point here at point A, and then I will make an arc on this line. So this is point D on the line. So here we have D on this line. So this is point D here. Okay, so we have point D here. Then the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to extend this line. So we are extending this line B, line AB. So we extend it, we take it down like this. Okay, so then we are going to position, we are going to locate point C on this line, and that point C, its distance from point B will be equal to the distance of point D from B. What I mean is that BC will be equal to BD. That's what I mean by that. So that means we have to position the pinpoint of the compass here at point B, and then we extend the pencil or the pen point to point D here. Okay, so we have this. Then we just turn it down like this and mark this. Mark this. So mark this. So this is point C. So this point we have for, okay, sorry, I'm going to call it, not, it will not be point C, it will be point E. So we have E here. So because we already have C here, so this is point E now. So we have E at this point. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to construct a semicircle on AB. On AE. We construct a semicircle on AE. So to do that, we have to locate the midpoint of line AE. So first, so that we can locate, we can construct the semicircle. So we need to bisect AE then to locate the midpoint. So put the midpoint of the compass at point E here and extend the pen point to a distance more than half of AE. So we draw an arc here, okay, and then we draw an arc up here like this. Okay, then we put the midpoint here at A, and then we draw an arc here. We also draw an arc here like this. All right, so we are going to draw the bisector of line AE. So draw the bisector of line AE. So we draw the bisector of line AE. So I have to okay, so we can go on like this. Okay, so this is bisector of line AE. All right, so having done that, so let's call this point here, let's call this point where the bisector of AE touches this line AE. So let's call it point Z. I'll just call it point Z. Okay, so we have this point. So then we put the midpoint of the compass here at Z, and then we extend to point A. We extend to point A. So we extend to point A, and then we go on and draw the semicircle like this. Okay, we draw the semicircle. So we have the semicircle like this. Okay, so here we have the semicircle. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to construct a perpendicular line at B that will touch this semicircle. We are going to construct a perpendicular line at B that will touch the semicircle. So let's look at that. So we have to come to point B here. Okay, then we extend the pen point to a convenient radius, and then we draw a semicircle here. Okay, then we are going to bisect this semicircle. Okay, so putting the midpoint of the compass here, and then extend the pen point to a convenient radius. We draw an arc here. Okay, so we draw an arc here, and we put at this point also. So we draw an arc. So here we draw an arc here. All right, so we are going to draw a line. So from point B, passing through the point of intersection of the arcs, and this line will be at a right angle to. Okay, so we draw a line like this. Okay, so we have that. Okay, so this point here, I will call it point F. So this point where this line touches the semicircle, I will call it point F. So this is point F here. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to do is that I need to locate a point. Okay, so point G along this line BC. and the length of the distance of that point G from B will be equal to length of line BF. So that means I have to put the midpoint of the compass here at B, and then extend the pen point to point F on the semicircle. I need to see it very well. Okay, so this is the point. Okay, so this is the point here. So we have the point here. So I'll just turn to this side and make an arc here on line BC. So this point is point G. So we have this point to be point G. Okay, so we have G here. The next that I'm going to do is that I have to construct a perpendicular line to this point G on this line BC. So I'll just put the pinpoint here and then extend, okay, extend the pen point, okay, to a convenient radius. Then I will draw a semicircle like this, okay, draw a semicircle like this, and then I will now put the pinpoint here, okay, extend the pen point to a convenient radius. I'll draw an arc like this. Then putting it at this point here, I will also draw an arc like this. So I'm going to draw a line from G that will pass through the point of intersection of this arcs, and it goes like this, okay. So just all right, so we draw like this. Okay, we have this. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to bisect distance AD. I will bisect distance AD because we are told that we should draw a circle that will pass through point A and point D and also touch this circle. Okay, touch this circle. So we need to bisect distance between A and D. Okay, so to do that, so put the midpoint here at D, and then extend the pen point to a convenient radius. Okay, extend the pen point to a convenient radius. So here I will draw an arc here, and then I will draw an arc here. Then I will put at this point, I will draw an arc here, and then I will draw an arc here. All right, so then I'm going to draw a line or the bisector of AD. So bisector of AD. So I'll draw the line like this, okay? So this is the midpoint of AD. So this point here, let me call, okay? We don't have to do that. So what we just need is that, so we need this bisector to touch the line that we drew from G that is perpendicular to this line. So they meet at this point. So let me call this point, let me call it point O1. So I'll call it point O1. So where the bisector of AD intersect this perpendicular line that we drew at point G. All right, so next thing that we are going to do is to put the pinpoint of the compass here at this point. So at this point, O1, and then I will extend the pen point to point G here. So extend the pen point to point G, okay? Then I'm going to draw a circle. So the circle goes like this, okay? So it goes like this, okay? Passing through point A and passing through point D, and we have it like this. All right, so this is the circle. So if you look at the circle, so it passes through point A and B and D, sorry, it passes through point A and D, and it is also tangential or touches point G on line BC. So this is how to draw a circle that passes through two given points and also touches a given line. It's as simple as I've done it here. All you have to do is to practice, and practice this, become a master at this work. I appreciate the work that I do on this channel by joining my YouTube channel to pay a token just to support, and then I will highly appreciate that. Thank you. Keep on practicing, and God bless you.